to remain very vigilant and continue to ensure that we comply with all the the we comply with all the actions that are associated with the task force being in place to ensure that we are completely free from the grey list.
Okay. Well, Professor Omiete Victoria Olulu-Briggs is a professor of finance and investment. She's also the director of Uniport Business School. Thank you very much for making the time. I know how difficult it was for you. I appreciate you for giving us some of it. I'm also hoping, and I'll have to put you on the spot, that subsequently you can join us in the studio for other conversations.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
All right. Have a wonderful day.
Yeah, you're welcome. Bye.
Okay. So you heard, that's what it took to get us in and get us out. We'll take a break, and when we return, we'll talk about that list. Stay with us. Back, Hard Facts 92.3 Nigeria Info. Sam Chinedu. We're having conversations around the economy. And this is as Nigeria quietly made its way out of the FATF grey list. Well, not quietly, we did it loudly actually. The Financial Action Task Force officially removed Nigeria from its list of jurisdictions under increased monitoring, also known as the grey list. The decision was taken at the FATF October 2025 plenary in Paris, France, following the country's successful implementation of a 19-point action plan aimed at strengthening its anti-money laundering and countering the financing of terrorism framework. My guest, Professor Omiete Victoria Olulu-Briggs, Professor of Finance and Investment and the Director of Uniport Business School, joined me to talk about the implications of our exit from that grey list, how that is supposed to translate to better working systems for us, boost the economy, and restore investor confidence. Well, it's time for you and I to be a part of this conversation. And the question is, how much do you think this global perception matters to the average Nigerian hustling daily? And would you trust your money more in Nigeria's banking system? Do you trust the system more now that we are off the grey list? 0817 923 0002. 0817 923 0003. WhatsApp is 080 903 06416. Ablaza call back if you can. I believe we're live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube at Nigeria Info PH. You can watch, listen, and engage. Please ensure to turn off your radio as you call. This message reads, "Good evening, presenter. The origin..." Oh my, that's PDP. That's not for us. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
Good evening. What's your name?
My name is Samuel.
All right, Sam, go ahead.
I just listen to what the professor said. I didn't hear anything about bringing back of money that lying down abroad.
Oh, well.
That have been taken away and they are part of in banks abroad. Did you mention that?
It might have been one of the recommendations. The task force is looking out particularly for what we're doing internally. I'm sure that there will be... I don't want to say what I'm not sure of, right? So I'm trying to be careful. I'm trying to be careful. I'm certain that there will be mechanisms to bring back what has been stolen. I mean, that's been on for a bit, but I'm glad that you're interested in that as well.
Let also set target to make sure they block any movement of money outside the country.
Yeah, well, it's a task force. In other words, it's a monitoring team. Let's put it like that. If we decide to flout some of those protocols, they won't stop us. But what it would mean is that they will put us back on the list. Right? It's that simple. So according to them and according to their investigation, they have seen that Nigeria has kept to certain standards. So they say, you know what? Based on their good behavior, they deserve to get off the list. If we decide to go back, oh well, we'll get back on the list. Here's a Ken from Ubimini.
Good evening once more, SOC.
Good evening.
SOC, if I hear your guest clearly, did she say that the organization was introduced around 1989 or 79?
89.
89.
Yeah.
And what was Nigeria's position that
2 years ago?
The economic whatever that is not going well in Nigeria. What was our former president, head of state, were doing? Because she's letting us know that because of the way we are handling our economy, that is linking to the depreciation of our naira. That is all what I understood from her explanation, Mr. SOC. Because for us to be outside the list, meaning that we will be having foreign investors and other economical investment, it shows that this political political leaders know exactly what this country is suffering from. Thank you very much.
All right, Ezekiel, thank you very much. Well, a few things. To know what position we occupied at the time, you have to look through records. That's where the data comes in, right? You and I can't just tell. We would need some reference. If it was established in 89, what position has Nigeria held? For this particular grey list that we made, it was from 2023, which was 2 years ago. Now, I know that she said that it boosts investor confidence, and many times those words are chosen carefully. I can tell you for free, no matter how bad it is in Nigeria, there are people who would want to come here and do business because they know what they see, right? But of course, it will affect the number of investors, the cash flow and all of that. If more people trust your system, more investors will come in. There are lots of people, lots of bodies, organizations at different levels that are just looking for where to invest. So if you're on a watch list, a gray list, a red list, it will reduce the number of people that will come in. But the truth is, there are those that, even if Nigeria is thrown into a full-blown war, they will still come here because they know that there is something here. But you can't rely on just those people. So yes, it's important that we, in the international community, in the global community, we have a good reputation, because it trickles down to you and I having access to money. Well, I'm hoping, because it always ends on a note of hope, that we do better. And sometimes this informs the kind of questions that we should ask those who claim that they want to lead us. Right? What's your position on this? What's your policy on that? Now that you and I have now learnt about the grey list, the FATF, next time a person comes and says, I will improve the economy, I will do this, I will do that, you can now ask specific questions. You can look at their campaign, their manifesto, boost education, improve security, do this to the economy, and you'll be able to specifically ask what their policies will be on certain things. That's why these kinds of enlightenment, it's always important, so they can ask the right question. I have a comment on WhatsApp. I think we'll wrap it up from there. Good evening, Mr. Sam. Having heard the task force tackled fraud, I thought I would hear something like, when a public servant attempts to move cash out of Nigeria, it will be flagged. And when a Nigerian or a corporate entity deposits money above the maximum non-disclosure threshold, the FCC, ICPC, and NFIU will be automatically tipped off, telling me that it's bond security, better foreign loan, investor confidence. These are lofty gain. Text. For FCC, ICPC, and NFIU, those are internal structures, right? If some questionable amount gets into my account today, something that the bank normally does not see, and if it goes above what is considered my limit, it will be flagged. And I'm sure that's an internal mechanism to ensure that questionable money doesn't flow in a questionable manner. So that's our own internal whatever. Now, I know that the task force, I should have asked the guest, they have their parameters for investigating how exactly the country is doing. And one of the many things which I'm glad that they consider is terrorism financing. We have battled the scourge of Boko Haram for a better part of over 10 years, 15, maybe going to 20 years now. There have been allegations that, oh, this governor is sponsoring, this political leader, this person was mentioned. It's been alleged. Unfortunately, it just ends at allegation. Nobody confirms anything. We don't get the report of an investigation. After 2 market days, we even forget that this person was mentioned. So it's crazy that now we have to look to these foreign bodies to kind of help us clean our own system. And it's with the threat of being added to a grey list that we as Nigerians now have to sit up and say, oh, okay, so that they don't put us in their list. Meanwhile, on our own, we should have a standard. But it is what it is. We are off the list. And whether or not you like it, that's credit to the Tinubu administration. I hope for other things we also do better. Thanks for being a part of this conversation. The major news comes up at 6. After that, it's open season. Stay with us.